Of course, I will support my chair, but I pose the question, if this is so urgent, which I think it is, why did the department, regardless of who is sitting as secretary, did not include it in the initial NEP? First quarter of this year up to June. Assuming they did not think about its necessity then, why did they not present it during plenary debates in the House of Representatives and in the Senate? Assuming they still forgot, why did they not write the letter during the time of the HGAB? Assuming they forgot again, why did they not give it way before the BICAM?
Paliit na lang ng paliit to. Paano yan? Palaki ng palaki yung commitment fees natin at yung reputational damage natin talagang insurmountable na. So babawasan pa to lalo. Foreign funded to, nakakaya to. Balasubas na yung Pilipinas, Diyos ko.
Part of this letter, we gratefully acknowledge said amendments. However, some critical projects such as the LRT Line 1 Cavite Extension, Common Station, and Automated Fare Collection System remain without program appropriations. Hence, we again respectfully request the support of the Bicameral Congress to include an additional 3.6 billion pesos for the said projects. But the source of the funds will be a realignment within their department. So let me just move the realignment of their funds to the automated fare collection system. So the motion is from the Office of the Secretary, Metro Manila Subway Phase 1, 1.8 billion pesos. North-South Commuter Railway System, 1.8 billion pesos. 2, Office of the Secretary, Operation and Maintenance of the Metro Rail Transit, 614 million pesos. LRT Line 1 Cavite Extension Project, 2 billion pesos. And also to budgetary support to government, corporation, DOTR, Light Rail Transit Authority, Systems and Facilities Improvement, 1 billion pesos.
I'd just like to manifest, and when before we act on that, the two sources, the Metro Manila Subway Project Phase 1 and the North-South Commuter Railway System are GOP counterparts to foreign-assisted projects. And as we all agree, as much as possible, we really don't want to touch projects under the foreign-assisted projects. However, we would like to make it very clear to the public that the request written to both Senator Sherwin and myself emanated from Secretary Banoy, and he himself identified these two projects as a source. So we would just like to maintain on the part of the BICAM conferees, we really don't want to touch foreign-assisted projects as much as possible. But given that the department itself was the one who identified it as a source, to realign it to a very important, to two very important projects, we permitted the said realignment.
I had a conversation with him about this, and sinasabi niya itong common station sa for LRT Line 1 Cavite Extension, napakatagal ng delay, and he is looking to get this up and running this coming 2026. So he suggested this realignment so that they can already start building the common station. At the same time, itong automated fare collection system is to really come up with a cashless, automated fare collection system that uses the most latest technology. Again, this is for the convenience of the riding public. As we all know, the riding public takes this public transportation. So that's why sabi niya na importante to dahil para ma-upgrade na nila yung kanilang technology. But I do agree with you that this type of realignment should emanate from the department so that it's well coordinated with them.
Thank you, Senwin. Just to add to that, yung the explanation of Secretary Banoy pertaining to the necessity of funding the MRT operation and maintenance emanates from the fact that if the common station is not finished by the first quarter of 2027, even if matapos daw po yung MRT 7 by the same time, there will be no connectivity to MRT 3. So that's why it's time critical for us to be able to fund this. And for the second request, the AFCS, absent of the funding, this will risk non-usage of the beep cards in all of our rail lines. So we will have to revert to cash payment if this is not funded. So those are the only reasons why Sen Win and I believe that this is a realignment that we would like to present to the members of the BICAM committee for consideration, as these are two very important programs.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Senator Lauren, and then Senator Amy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Of course, I will support my chair, but I pose the question, if this is so urgent, which I think it is, why did the department, regardless of who is sitting as secretary, did not include it in the initial NEP? First quarter of this year up to June. Assuming they did not think about its necessity then, why did they not present it during plenary debates in the House of Representatives and in the Senate? Assuming they still forgot, why did they not write the letter during the time of the HGAB? Assuming they forgot again, why did they not give it way before the BICAM? Mr. Chair, ito na po ang aking pinupuntos. Hindi lang po ngayon, mula pa nung ako'y nag-chair 10 years ago. Bakit ba tayo mga Pilipino palaging afterthought, palaging pahabol, palaging last minute? Kasi hindi naman to bagong proyekto. Naniniwala po ko, at don't get me wrong, I will support it at wala namang karagdagang hinihingi. Pero inaayos lang ni budget. Hindi ba nila inayos mula nung inisip nila? The good secretary I know has been in the department for a long time. Career yan eh. So, hindi pwedeng masabi dahil bago. E nandyan naman sila. At bago siya, si Sec Vince Dizon. Siguro naman nag-usap sila tungkol sa kanilang NEP. I put that on the table, Mr. Chair, while supporting your motion to adopt it. I'll repeat. Let it be a lesson to those doing their budgets, whether you're a big department or a small bureau or commission. You present it to DBM. You think about it for 1 year. Pagkatapos po ng Kapaskuhan New Year, gagawa na naman sila ng NEP ng 2027, all agencies up to March. Please think. Please plan. Don't come to us in December for something that is so essential and basic. So, it's an afterthought, even if it's urgent and basic. I have to put that on record. Pasensya na po. Thank you.
Senator Amy.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Recognize Senator Amy first.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kahapon pinuna ko na po ito dahil tama ba yung pagkaintindi ko, binawasan na ng halos kalahati ang Metro Manila Subway at yung ganon din yung North-South Commuter Railway dahil sang-ayon naman tayo na napakababa ng performance. Pero ito ang inaasam-asam ng ating mga sumasakay ng iba't ibang public transport na sa wakas magkakaroon tayo ng subway system. Ang pagkaintindi ko ba, babawasan pa lalo itong dalawang to. So we are decreasing, further reductions of 1.8 and 1.8 din sa bawat isa. Is that the understanding? So from 25 billion Metro Manila Subway and 37 or 38 billion of the North-South, may bawas pa ng 1.8 kada isa. Paliit na lang ng paliit to. Paano yan? Palaki ng palaki yung commitment fees natin at yung reputational damage natin talagang insurmountable na. So babawasan pa to lalo. Foreign funded to, nakakaya to. Balasubas na yung Pilipinas, Diyos ko.
I'm on the phone with Secretary Banoy to clarify the queries of Senator Legarda and Senator Marcos. So with tinanong ko po exactly how Sen. Lauren asked it as to why it was not there in the NEP, and it hasn't been brought up either during the House deliberations or the Senate deliberations. What happened po is that both of these, the AFCS project as well as the common station, were supposed to be under two different PPPs to be supposedly managed by the LRMC. They were waiting for the LRMC to take care of all the documentations, all the requirements for the PPP to push through in the year 2026. Up until this point, hindi pa po nagsasubmit yung LRMC. So given the criticality,
It's LRMC.
what's LRMC?
It says something, abbreviates it, he better explain, light rail transit extension. Should call out the head of that LRMC. I mean, we cannot be hostage by people who are not doing their job on time. I mean, ugali.
The LRMC po is the Light Railway Management Corporation.
That's under him.
Management Corporation.
Head niya. At saka pag may deadline, niya yung deadline. Ganun lang. Forever. Kasi kung papayagan natin sila, lahat na lang ng ahensya pwede mag-internal realignment.
This one po, Sen. Lauren, the LRMC is a private corporation. So this is the private group that the OTR was supposed to work with.
He should have made deadlines.